They've been banned, buried as war heroes, and even changed human medicine. This is the Doberman like you've never seen before. Top 10 shocking facts that will change everything you thought you knew. After World War II, the German military decided Dobermans were simply too sharp, too intense in their responses compared to the calmer, more predictable German Shepherd. The breed was briefly banned from military service. But here's the twist. Decades later, specialized military and police units quietly brought them back. Why? Because their drive, speed, and close handler focus couldn't be replicated. This ban-to-return arc is unique. Few breeds have ever been deemed too capable for service. In the 1970s, a Doberman named Padula's Queen Sheba was born with albinism. From her came an entire line of so-called white Dobermans. To this day, every white Doberman can be genetically traced back to her. The problem is that albinism in dogs isn't just about appearance. It can come with serious health risks, higher chances of skin cancer, severe sensitivity to sunlight, and even vision issues. These concerns have made them one of the most divisive topics in the Doberman world. Many kennel clubs responded with restrictions. Some discourage their registration entirely, while others allow them but mark them differently to warn against intentional breeding. Supporters argue that they deserve the same chance at life and companionship as any other Doberman. Critics see the deliberate continuation of the line as irresponsible, calling it a genetic mistake that should never have happened. And that's the controversy. Are white Dobermans a living piece of breed history, or a dangerous deviation that should be bred out of existence? Dobermans quickly became the go-to working dog in Germany by the early 1900s, so much so that they earned the nickname Gendarm dogs and were commonly used in police service. Records show that by about 1907, some Bavarian police departments were already acquiring Dobermans for service, recognizing their intelligence, loyalty, and protective instincts. While it's unclear if any formal trials or legal declarations ever enshrined their status, the widespread adoption of Dobermans in early law enforcement helped shape the model for what we now call the modern canine unit. Without their example, the entire concept of police dogs might look very different today. In a world at war, there was Kurt, a heroic Doberman pinscher who served alongside the U.S. Marines in World War II. On the island of Guam in '44, he bravely saved the lives of 250 Marines, alerting them to a hidden Japanese troop position. Kurt became the first U.S. Marine K-9 combat casualty, dying from wounds sustained during the alert. Honoring him and the 24 other Doberman war dogs who served and died during the battle, Kurt became the first dog in U.S. history buried with full military honors. And now, on the island of Guam, the War Dog Memorial features a Doberman statue. After World War II, the Doberman stood on the verge of extinction. Kennels were destroyed, food was scarce, and countless bloodlines vanished in the chaos of war. The breed's survival hung by a thread. But dedicated German breeders refused to let it end there. They scoured the country for the last surviving dogs and began rebuilding carefully, piece by piece. Without their efforts, the Doberman as we know it today might have been lost forever. It was a close call, a breed built for strength and courage, nearly erased by the devastation of war. Carl Friedrich Louis Dobermann didn't just want a tough dog, he wanted one that could control situations through sheer presence. The breed was selected for calm confidence. A Doberman should stand tall, lock eyes with a threat, and hold the line without backing down. This ability to project intimidation was as important as their actual bite strength. It's why even today, a well-bred Doberman doesn't need to snarl or bark to deter someone. Their posture alone does the job. Dobermans aren't just strong, they're fast. Clocked at over 30 miles per hour or 48 kilometers per hour, they rival sighthounds in speed. What makes them unique is not just top speed, but controllable speed. They were bred to accelerate quickly, stay agile, and track a handler's movement at pace. Think of them as the Ferrari of the dog world, powerful, sleek, and engineered for performance. Not lumbering power, but high-speed precision. In Germany, you can't just decide to breed Dobermans because your dog looks good or won a few shows. There's a gatekeeper, the ZTP, or Breed Suitability Test. This isn't a casual evaluation. It's a grueling survey designed to answer two questions. Is this dog physically correct? And is it mentally strong enough to be a Doberman? Judges inspect structure, movement, and conformation, making sure the dog represents the breed standard. But that's only the beginning. The real test comes when the nerves are pushed to the limit. The Doberman must face gunfire, sudden noises, crowds, and even a staged attack by a decoy with a sleeve. The goal isn't to see if the dog is vicious. It's to prove that under pressure, the dog shows courage without panic, fight without weakness, and the ability to recover quickly. Fail the ZTP, and the verdict is clear. That dog should not be bred. It's one of the strictest systems in the canine world, and it has kept working Dobermans anchored to their original purpose, a protector with both steel in its nerves and elegance in its form. Originally, the breed was called the Doberman Pinscher, but in 1949, German clubs decided to drop the Pinscher part of the name. Why? They wanted the breed to sound more dignified, less terrier-like, and more aristocratic. In Europe today, they are simply called Dobermans. The US, however, kept the old name, which is why you'll still hear Doberman Pinscher across America. It's a small detail, but one that reflects how much identity and image matter in the world of dog breeding. The Doberman didn't just shape canine history, it changed human medicine. In the 1970s, scientists noticed that certain Dobermans suffered from sudden sleep attacks. Careful study revealed these dogs carried a genetic mutation linked to narcolepsy. That discovery opened the door to groundbreaking research. By studying Dobermans, scientists were able to identify the hypocretin system, a key mechanism controlling sleep in both dogs and humans. This wasn't just veterinary science. It transformed how doctors understand and treat narcolepsy in people. The Doberman, once bred for strength and protection, became a living key to unlocking a medical mystery that has changed human lives forever.